get it, dog.
This guy was trying to break into someone's house. Obviously, he's a dangerous person, so you gotta use as much caution and be as careful as possible. So that's what's going on right now.
Multiple people, residents were like, hey, he kept trying to come in here. We're like, no, you know?
Yo, Ralph, man, what's going on, man?
What's up, brother? Good to see you.
My name is Officer Lozandier, but you can call me Officer Lo for this vlog. I would love to go in depth, but as of right now, we do have a 26 in progress, which is a burglary in progress, and we're setting up a perimeter. So we're gonna rock and roll. Right now, I gotta get suited and booted, and just get down to business.
Just to update you guys on what's going on right now, we're running 3, which is lights and sirens, to a perimeter. Looks like there was a subject wanted for a burglary that one of the officers saw jumping a fence into a property. So we're there to make contact with the officers on scene and see where we go from there.
Just came to Riego.
If we have any pedestrian traffic, we want to stop all of that. Pedestrian traffic or vehicular traffic coming in and out of the perimeter, all of that comes to seize. And when it comes with the K-9 searches, officer safety is paramount, and their safety as well as too. Because their focus is on the dog. From my experience with them, they're watching the dog. So you need to have that officer, they're 15, they're backup, to make sure they're covering with the lane of safety for them.
Okay, all right, so let's go. I'm gonna take you guys along with us. Let's do it.
Basically what we have right now, we have a burglary in progress. Offender came into this address stop over here, broke into an apartment building. The victim was inside, that was her son, and then he took off. Units from the area were canvassing. Shortly after, a little Havana PST unit saw an offender matching the description, hop a fence over here on Northwest 18th Place and the river, possibly heading southbound. Right now, K-9 was requested. My job here is we set a tight perimeter on the area, and we give our K-9 announcements and warnings, trying to see if he wants to surrender. Usually, since it is a felony, we deploy with our K-9 partners. As you can see, we have K-9 backups here, including SWAT officers with their rifles. Usually, because we go there, we kind of focus on the dog, seeing the dog gives us a change of behavior to locate an offender, we give an opportunity to surrender, and we take him into custody safely. If not, and he does not show his hands, does not comply with commands, we'll deploy our dog to apprehend the offender and take him into custody.
Backyard, but you came out of it. Is it alright we go clear real quick? Go ahead, let me know when you're inside. Whenever ready. Come on, no.
Go. Come on here.
Anyone that side, make yourself known. Where are you? This yard, no, there's a key, there's a lock pad. We could break it, we could go around. Or someone jumps in right now.
All right, so we're a couple houses into the search. As you've seen, they're very thoroughly searching each yard with the K-9 and sometimes hand searching. If the K-9 can't get to a certain area, then the officers will go in and hand search it themselves. So I've noticed like the little smoke that you put up in the air. What is that? What's that for?
So basically what this is a wind indicator. We use this to basically go with the wind. Dictates our search pattern.
So that'll help you decide like where you're gonna search or which way you're gonna search?
That's absolutely correct.
Gotcha, cool, thank you.
Yeah, bolt cutters. Nobody has another pair of bolt cutters?
I think, Alright guys, as you can tell, it's 6:30 and it's starting to get dark out here. If we come across a property that we need to get to the back, protocol is that's when you use the bolt cutters. Write a note down. That way you can do a report for the owner of the property to have that bolt replaced. So if you do see any of our officers cutting a bolt, rest assured that it will be replaced.
Now we're gonna check in for calls for service. We've been told that there was a couple of calls that's been holding, so time to handle business. Been with the department about roughly 2 years on patrol. Born and raised in Miami, one of the best cities in the world, definitely in the nation, you know?
For sure.
Hey, Miami's a country of its own.
So you were born and raised in the city, in Miami?
Yeah.
Where? What part of the city?
I was born in I was raised more in the north end, Little Haiti.
Little Haiti. Okay. What made you want to be a cop? Why you here?
Honestly, it was a hope. It was my mentors that my coaches throughout in high school. I seen how they were noble men, and at my high school they had a PAL program, and North Miami Police. The police department, they had officers that ran that program as well too. So me growing up interacting with those men and mentors throughout my freshman to senior year, it definitely had an impact on me. I mean, of course, I went away to play college football for Florida Atlantic University.
Oh, I didn't know that. So you played football?
Yeah.
And were you part of the PAL program for North Miami?
Yeah, just for a little bit. But yeah, it was, and those guys, my time in there was enough to have that impact on me. And seeing those guys around the high school and how they interacted with the students outside of the PAL program, just, you know, it did something for me. Right now, we're going to a Signal 56, which is a crisis intervention call. In reference to this call on our CAD system, it notes that it's going to be a white Hispanic male. He's in his age, he's 60 years old, and he's having thoughts about killing himself. So we're going to make contact with him. Most of the time when you get to these calls, some of them are usually off their medication, or they actually do need help to speak to someone. So take these calls very serious. You know, there's no, you know, people. At times people do need help, and they just want to voice the stress that they have in life and just want a listening ear when it comes to it. A lot of times, people think the public doesn't know. When it comes to policing, we're not all about arresting bad guys, but we're also here to help with people in crisis and need. I genuinely do care about this. It hits me personally because I had a friend, that I knew personally that gone through this situation and needed help, and police responded and they did help him, and now he's thriving in life. He has a family, and his kids, they love him. At one point, he was down to his lowest point in life, and he really wanted to end it, but he got the help that he needed. Spoke to the right people and made the right call. Changed his life forever. We're here now at the location. There was a PSA on scene, a PSA crews, who's gonna go ahead and introduce you guys and let you know what's going on.
He actually handled it. So what happened?
So I got dispatched to 17 Mike, which is an accident, a minor accident here on 37 and 7 Northwest. This gentleman walks up to me and he says, because they don't differentiate between PSAs and police officers, and they're like, "Officer, can you please help me?" I was like, "Sure, what's going on?" He says, "I want to hurt myself." I'm like, "Okay." So I start having a conversation with him, tell him, have a seat in front of my car. We start talking, and I start getting his name, his information, very softly, very caring. He said that I was a very nice guy, and he appreciated that I treated him like a human being, and that's pretty much all we can do out here. We're all just trying to help each other. And I was able to confirm through some further investigation with our databases that we have that he is missing. He's a endangered missing person, which means that he has a physical or a mental health disability.
So he was 36?
Yes, he was. Out of Hialeah.
Out of Hialeah?
Yep. He went missing a few days ago. He went missing not wearing the same stuff he has on today. Fire rescue arrived. Yeah, they arrived, they evaluated him, and off they go. And then you guys came here to save the day.
Yeah, right now. You did all the work, man.
We came to handle the call, but he handled the call already. So props, thank you to PSA future police officer, maybe, Carouse.
Yeah. Hope so.
All right, let's go. Let's head out to the next call. Thank you, guys.
And like I was saying in the car ride, when it comes to these calls, we're here to help people. Sometimes they need someone to speak to, and PSA Cruz is there, a listening ear, and he was able to provide the help needed for the elderly.
You were in the right place at the right time. Sometimes things happen for a reason. All right. There is a lot of calls holding. Let's go.
1309 per 7320. You can place the units on a 34 you have holding at 1153 Northwest 4th Street. It's going to be a neighbor dispute, unknown to what it is as of right now, but it just says to keep the peace. This is something, little subtle calls that we tend to get in Little Havana, believe it or not.
They call the police to keep the peace.
To keep the peace.
I'm not a rapper or anything, or maybe I am.
Hey, if you are, man, I'm buying your album, man.
Yeah? You don't rap, do you?
Nah.
Okay.
Hey, I got a little bit of poetry. I'm just letting you know that.
Oh, okay. See, there's always something in there. There's always something. If you fish, you find something.
Oh, no, most definitely. I'm smooth with the words.
All right. Sí. Eso con la corte. Tú siempre puedes ir para la corte.
Mira, ¿puedo hablar contigo el privado?
Sí.
Mira, ven, yo te voy a hablar. Yo soy vecino de él.
Ajá.
Vecino de él. Ella tiene problemas mucho tiempo. Ella no trabaja. El que trabaja es él, el dueño de los dos vehículos. Pero le quiere hacer, no sé, le quiere hacer problemas y todo, que quiere llamar a la policía. Anoche la llamaron, vino aquí y después ya se corría y que no quiso. Pero bueno. Yo te voy a decir de todo.
¿Qué va a salir?
Pero todo tranquilo, yo recupero eso. Yo trabajo y recupero.
Seguro.
Si tú formas, soy un jefe que gano 35 pesos a la hora.
Si tú trabajas duro,
claro.
I think she could get out there. Ya puede salir. Sí, de nada. As you guys just saw, we initially the call came in as it was between neighbors.
Yeah.
It ended up being a boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband. I think boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah.
She basically said that she wanted the keys to leave, and he wasn't giving her the keys. When we got there, he was willing to give her the keys, and you saw she left. So just to keep the peace, right? To make sure nothing happens.
Yeah. 7323.
323.
You can show my call at 3409. You can place the unit on a 34 at Northwest 12th Court and 7th Street.
We're en route to a call that you probably rarely ever get here in Little Havana on a Saturday night, right?
Yeah, all right.
What is it?
It's gonna be a loud music call.
Oh, okay. I'm sure you've handled quite a few of those, right?
Yeah, and with this instance, you know, the culture here in Little Havana, you know, it's a Latin vibe here, and people tend to celebrate a lot in the streets with the loud music, you know, enjoying each other's companies, cooking good food.
I could literally smell that call we just came from. They were like, well, you saw it. There was music, there was food. I mean, definitely Little Havana, you just got that culture and that music.
No, most definitely. Man. I was tempted myself to go across the street and ask these people for.
It smelled good. I'm hungry. It got me hungry for sure. It's 10 p.m. so we'll see how loud it is. You know, unfortunately, we got to be the bad guys sometimes, and you know, ask people. You know, as much as we know people are just trying to have a good time, there are people with babies and there are people with kids, and just sometimes gotta lower the music and you know, and handle it. So we're on the way there now. All right, we're turning to the block. I think I hear the music already.
726. That's where the noise is emitting from. Oh, someone's celebrating their birthday.
We'll just ask them to turn it down.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Yeah, I got you. Hola, buenas noches. Primero, feliz cumpleaños. ¿De quién es el cumpleaños? Oh, bueno, feliz cumpleaños. Alguien llamó por la música. Solo si puede bajarlo un poquito. No tiene que quitarlo, pero bájalo un poquito. Y si llaman otra vez, nosotros tenemos que regresar, pero ¿sabes? Ponlo abajo y... Ok. Tengan buena noche. Okay.
He's the birthday guy, right?
Y feliz.
Happy birthday.
All right. Oh my God, sí, yo tengo hambre, pero no, gracias. Very tempted to say yes, but I'm not gonna take food from them.
Hey, listen, after that perimeter, man, I'm sweaty, I'm hungry. Carne asada.
Carne asada.
Yeah. Hey, Paco Bistec.
What's your favorite Cuban meal? No,
I like Paco Bistec. I like the little sandwiches.
Pan con bistec?
Yeah. That's the spot right there, man.
I can tell you've been working Little Havana for a while. You guys talk Spanish, you know, Cuban food.
Hablo español poquito.
Poquito, no mucho. All right, so we're back at the station, and one thing that we have yet to do is kind of like an equipment breakdown. Yeah. So what Lo's gonna do here is kind of show us the equipment that he uses, what he's got in his trunk, and let's maybe go through your vest, through your belt, through the rifle. You know, let's show everybody what you're working with, because everyone saw him geared up on the perimeter call. Yeah. So let's show him what it is.
All right, safe, clear, and empty.
Yeah.
So when it comes to my handgun, you know, as the sun goes down, me working the day shift from 2 to 11:45 or 12 o'clock, I have my handheld light. Make sure the batteries are up and running. I usually charge it before work. When it comes to my handgun, as you can see, I want to make sure it's up to par. I want to make sure the light is working correctly. Make sure my magazines are up in place. Take my taser. As you can see, it's at 78%. Of course, with the radio, you got to charge that when I'm at home. In the rear, I usually have an extra tourniquet, even though I have it on my handgun as well too.
So you carry two tourniquets?
Yeah, I carry 2 tourniquets. I have 2 chest seals in my med kit, as well as gauze or anything that's needed in regards to, you know, when it comes to saving someone, or myself, you know, or my fellow officers that's down.
Got you.
As you seen earlier today, I had my AR. So when it comes to my AR, I'm usually charging the light. Also my red dot that I have, I gotta make sure it's up and running as well too, make sure I'm able to see that dot. And as of right now, it's up and running. So this is my active shooter vest. Got some shears, you know, in case I have to cut. I've used these before, you know, saving someone when it comes to having to cut their clothing off. Applying a chest seal as well too, and any gauze as well too. Small little items, gauze, some more combat gauze as well too. Israeli bandage. When it comes to me doing any type of surveillance, I have my binos.
Look at that. This guy is prepared.
You never know when you're going to use them. If there's a perimeter, if there's someone that's barricaded at home and SWAT is not there, you know, this definitely gives you the bird eye view to be able to, from a distance, if they were armed with any long rifle, this definitely gives you the distance to be able to gather enough information to provide to the supervisors who's command over the scene.
Sometimes you never know how much stuff you need until you actually bring out everything one by one.
No.
And let me tell you, not every officer, I will say this, not every officer Some of this stuff isn't mandatory. Not every officer has all this stuff. So I will say for sure that Officer Lowe is what we call squared away, because he's prepared, and he's somebody that if I ever got into anything, I'd want to have him as my 15 for sure. Go ahead, do you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, most definitely. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Continue to watch the vlogs. Go on to Instagram, leave the comments, you know, show love to MPD. You know, this is what we do.